What's up, what's going on, legends? It's your boy Errl Shatter here, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys my very first tactical nuke here in Modern Warfare, and we did it with the MP5, so I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys as well the best class setup with the MP5, the one that I was running in this, the one that helped me get my first tactical nuke. Now before we dive into the rest of the video, if you guys do enjoy this content at any time, make sure you guys go down below and smash that like button. Let's go ahead and throw that goal of 50 likes on today's video. Also, I am closing in on 3,000 subscribers. We have less than 100 to go. You guys have been showing insane support. I really appreciate that. If you guys want to be a part of that journey and you haven't already, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button alongside that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. I'm honestly surprised that my first tactical nuke here in Modern Warfare came from an SMG. Obviously, it doesn't surprise me that much that the MP5 was one of the ones I was able to do it with. I feel like the MP7 is extremely good. Alongside this MP5, it stands out. It's really reliable. It has very low recoil. I feel like if you guys are looking to try out the SMGs, it's definitely a top choice. I feel like it is a top SMG overall. And like I said, once you guys get the attachments unlocked and you're able to throw together this class setup, I think you guys will find a lot of success using the MP5. I've been kind of trying out a few different weapons. I usually stick to a weapon until I max out the level, or at least work on getting it close to a higher level so that I can unlock all these attachments and share these class setups with you guys. But with this weapon, it was no different. I haven't completely maxed it out at this point, but these attachments absolutely dominate. Up until this point, I hadn't really used a ton of SMGs. I've used the MP7 a little bit. I obviously just started using the MP5 and I've leveled it up quite a bit. I did use the Uzi, which was really the only SMG I've kind of max leveled or spent a lot of time using, and I did struggle with that weapon a little bit. Obviously, with the buff, it became a lot better. However, the MP5 I have had such great success with, so I want to share with you guys, of course, today, this best class setup. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. So for our barrel, for our best class setup with the MP5, we are looking at the monolithic integral suppressor. This increases sound suppression and bullet velocity, but does decrease ADS speed. Personally, I like to choose the more stealthy approach. I like to sneak up behind people, try to go for the flank, catch as many people off guard as possible. That's usually my goal, especially here playing in ground war. So having a suppressor is extremely helpful for that. That way, if I take out maybe the first two guys that are at the top of the stairs, I can run into the next room and have a chance for them to not have known I'm coming. It, of course, doesn't affect damage at all, and I'm still able to ADS pretty quickly. So it definitely does not hurt to run the monolithic integral suppressor, and it can definitely benefit you by being a little bit more stealthy. Now with our stock, we are looking at the Forge Tac Ultralight. This increases aim walking movement speed, but however, decreases the aiming stability. So we're going to be able to move a little bit quicker while we're aiming down sight. For our underbarrel attachment, we are running the Commando foregrip. This is going to increase recoil stabilization alongside aiming stability, but it will decrease slightly our movement speed. With our stock attachment, we are of course slightly decreasing that aiming stability, so it's nice to kind of bring that aiming stability back up just a little bit, even at the sacrifice of a slight decrease in movement speed. Honestly, I still feel like you can move pretty solid around the map with this weapon. I don't feel like it's affected that much at all by using the Commando foregrip, but I do really enjoy the recoil stabilization. And then, like I said, the benefit of going the other direction just a little bit with our aiming stability, as we do actually have another attachment that does affect this going forward. Now, with our ammunition, we are using the 10mm auto 30 round mags. This is absolutely the best attachment for this weapon. Don't get me wrong, I did use the 45 round magazine as I was leveling up this weapon. I did have great success with it. Now, although we don't have an extended mag technically with this 10mm ammo, having 45 bullets still is not better than having this 10mm 30 round mag. And obviously, having to reload more often seems like a bad thing, but trust me, having to reload more, having a little bit smaller of a clip is definitely worth running these rounds. Now, the 10mm ammunition increases damage and range, so you're going to be able to take on more of those medium range gunfights, which is definitely very good for a game like Modern Warfare, where a lot of your engagements aren't close quarters, especially here in ground war. So it's good to extend your range a bit, and obviously increasing damage is never a bad thing either, but you do get that decrease in fire rate, which I feel like can help you be a little bit more accurate, but there's also that decrease in the aiming recoil control. For our last attachment, of course, we have the rear grip, and we have the stippled grip tape. This increases our ADS speed and our sprint to fire speed, but does decrease our aiming stability a little bit. So we're down on our aiming stability slightly from when we started making this class setup. However, we're not down by a whole lot, as one of our attachments, our underbarrel, actually does increase that a little bit. Using an SMG, of course, you're going to be more likely running and gunning, and sprint to fire speed is going to be super helpful for this weapon. The sooner you can get your shots off, the better chance you have of taking out your opponent, especially depending on what weapon they are using. And also, increasing that ADS speed is going to be slightly beneficial, considering with our monolithic integral suppressor, we did decrease that a little bit. So we are obviously trying to find a nice balance. Those are the attachments that build this best class setup, that helped me get up my first tactical nuke here in Modern Warfare. And across the board, I had very solid gameplays with this weapon. I highly suggest, like I said, if you guys are looking to try out an SMG, give the MP5 a true shot. Try to level it up. Try to unlock all these attachments so that you guys can give this class setup a shot. And let me know if you guys overall have better gameplays or get closer to your tactical nuke than you ever have before. I also want to mention, with update 1.07, SMGs got a buff across the board. They increased move speed, they increased ADS move speed, they did a small reduction in sprint out time. I feel like after this update, the SMGs are definitely worth using. If you guys used SMGs before update 1.07, make sure you guys go back out there and try them again. You might have some better luck with them now that they've received a small buff. And overall, just because you guys have an idea of what class setup you guys should be working towards, I cannot tell you guys how hyped I was to drop this tactical nuke. It's been a long road. It's been a hell of a struggle. Dying on 25 plus streaks. Games ending on 29 for me. Overall, just having people not move at all, making it tough to even find people to kill. There's all kinds of different scenarios I've run into. But finally, we've dropped the tactical nuke. It feels incredible. Obviously, as you guys can see in the gameplay, I was running a UAV. I was running a VTOL and, of course, the advanced UAV. I didn't get to utilize my advanced UAV quite like I had hoped in this gameplay. However, we still came out on top. We still managed to get the tactical nuke, and we did it without running a claymore on this class at all, which I find to be one of a more difficult task, as a lot of people out there running claymores. A lot of people rely on those claymores to get them kills and, of course, cover their backs. So usually it can kind of influence you, or I guess persuade you more towards a campier playstyle. But I do feel like by not having a claymore on this class setup, it made me more aware, it made me make smarter decisions, and it could be part of the main reason I was able to have success and drop my first tactical nuke. Now that's going to wrap things up for today's video. If you guys did enjoy this content at any time, or you felt like this class setup is going to help you out in any way, make sure you guys go down below and show your support for the channel by smashing that like button. Like I said earlier in the video, we do have that goal of 50 likes on today's video. Also, like I said, we are closing in on that 3,000 subscriber goal. So if you guys want to be a part of that journey, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button alongside that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. I appreciate you guys for all the support in today's video, all the support on the channel, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Peace!